So generative AI is here, and let's be real, it's already as common in our kids' lives as a pencil or a calculator. The question isn't if our kids will use it anymore, it's how they're going to use it. So let's dive right in to figure out how we can guide them to use this incredible tool without losing that crucial ability to think for themselves.
Get this. This is a real question a student actually asked their teacher. It just perfectly captures the new reality we're all trying to figure out. I mean, it's a little startling, right? It shows us that kids aren't just using AI, they are embracing it, sometimes with a little too much enthusiasm.
And that right there, that's the real heart of the problem. You know, it's not really about kids being lazy or trying to cheat. The truly surprising part isn't that they know how to use these tools. It's that they're using them so incredibly fast that they don't even have time to question the answers or really check if they've learned anything. They're just handing over their trust, and that's exactly where the thinking just stops.
Okay, so how does this actually happen? How does this thinking power get stolen? Well, it's a really subtle process, almost invisible. It's this quiet theft of a critical moment in their brain.
Okay, picture this. AI is like a super-powered plug-in for your kid's brain. It's fast, it's efficient, it's always there. But here's the catch. It's so fast, it just completely bypasses that essential pause, that 1 minute of thinking where the real learning happens. You know, where they connect the dots, question things. AI can steal that moment without them even noticing.
All right, so how do you even spot this happening in the wild? Well, the secret isn't in the answer they get from the AI. Nope. The real clue is in how they ask the question to begin with.
And this is the million-dollar question for every parent and teacher out there, right? Is your kid actually thinking, or are they just outsourcing their brain to AI? The quality of their questions tells you everything you need to know.
And let me show you what I mean. It's really clear when you see it side by side. On one side, you've got these weak questions, commands like, write an essay about the moon, or help me with my homework. These are outsourcing jobs. They're just asking for a finished product. But then look at the other side. Give me 3 surprising facts, or explain this math concept in a different way. See the difference? These are thinking questions. They show a kid who's already in the game, using AI to build on their own thoughts.
And man, this quote just nails it. For so long, we've been focused on teaching kids, the right prompts, which buttons to click, but true AI literacy has nothing to do with that. It's all about what's happening in their head before they even touch the keyboard. Has their brain already started moving?
Okay, so it's one thing to understand the problem, but what can we actually do about it? Well, here is a super simple, really powerful strategy you can teach a kid literally today. It's called the 3-question strategy. So here's the deal. Before they even think about opening that AI chat window, get them to pause and ask themselves these 3 little things. First, what do I already know about this? That gets their own brain fired up. Second, okay, what am I missing here? This makes them find the gaps. And only then, third, what specifically do I want AI to help me with? This forces them to have a plan.
And when they do that, boom, the whole game changes. Suddenly, AI isn't some contract writer you just hire to do all the work. Instead, it becomes a true learning partner, a tool they can actually collaborate with to figure things out.
All right, but even with the best questions, there's another sneaky danger we have to keep an eye on, and it's something we're going to call a learning vacuum. So AI is fantastic. It's spitting out the perfect final answer. But here's the thing. Learning isn't in the answer. It's in the messy, confusing process of getting to the answer. And that's the learning vacuum, that big empty gap between seeing the what and really getting the how and the why. And this vacuum shows up in a couple of key ways. First, you've got the missing steps. The kid sees the right answer to a math problem, but has zero clue how they got there. And second, and this one is maybe even more important, is the missing judgment. They get this perfectly written paragraph, but they have no tools to figure out if it's accurate, if it's biased, or if it even makes any sense.
So, how do we fill that vacuum? It's actually pretty simple. We just teach our kids to tell the AI how to be a better teacher for them. So instead of asking for the final answer, they can ask something like, hey, can you break this down for me in 3 steps? Or even better, can you ask me questions one by one to help me figure this out? This turns AI from a simple answer machine into an actual tutor.
Okay, to make all this stuff really practical, it helps to have some clear rules of the road for using AI. Think of them like AI safety lines, and they're easy enough to set up in your house or your classroom right now.
And there are just 3 of them, super simple. Number 1, the purpose has to be clear. Are you using AI to assist your learning or to replace your thinking? Big difference. Number 2, you have to be able to explain it. This is the ultimate test. It's like that old saying, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. If they can't put the AI's answer into their own words, they haven't learned it yet. And number 3, leave your fingerprints. We need to see the evidence that their brain was actually working. Show us your notes, your messy first drafts, the trail of your own thinking.
All right, let's wrap all this up. You know, it's so easy to look at AI and see it as this big, scary threat to education. But that is totally the wrong way to look at it. It's actually a huge opportunity.
Look, the goal isn't to ban AI. I mean, that's a battle you're just not going to win. The real move here is to completely reframe it. AI is hands down the greatest practice tool for critical thinking that has ever existed. We can use it to teach our kids how to question, how to analyze, and how to build on new ideas.
And at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one simple, powerful idea. This is the new rule for the AI age. Before you hit generate, before you ask for that answer, just pause. Take 1 minute. Think first. At the end of the day, as parents, as educators, this is the one thing we've got to remember. That 1 minute of thinking, that's where all the magic happens. That's where learning lives, where curiosity is born, where real understanding is built. AI can be an incredible sidekick, but only if we teach our kids to protect and value their own 1 minute of thought first. So the question is, how will you help your child find theirs?